Hey, how you going? So I am out here at Bald Hill again. I have with me the Eagle McMahon Range and I wanted to try that out. So I thought I'd try that out against the old faithful, the Berg, because apparently the Range is an understable Berg. And because of that, I thought I'd also try it out against the Lone Star Armadillo, which I've found to be an understable Berg in the past. So I'm just going to play 6 or so holes, give them all a run and see how we go. Given that the Berg was first, I'll throw that first off the first tee. Got a 58 metre uphill par 3. So I've aced with this Berg before in this hole, so let's see if I can do that again on camera. Ooh, that might just do it. Drop. Ooh, I've thrown that a bit long. Really wanted that ace. All right, next, the Range. So that had a bit of stability, so I'm just going to throw this a bit straighter. Just hopefully it just glides up to the basket. Shouldn't have too much glide, I wouldn't think. Oh, oh my God. I would have really liked that to have gone in, but cage hit is always going to be good. Armadillo next, which I think should fly pretty similar to that. Hook up a little bit, go in. Okay, that was pretty good too. Pretty happy with that first throw from the Range. Eagle McMahon's made a good disc with MVP. So let's see if I can take these birdies out. I figure I'd just play the shorter holes on the course, maybe throw in a long one just to see how far I can throw these. They're not really competing against each other. I'm just trying them out to see how I go. Birdie for the Range. That wasn't a good part. That's not the Armadillo's fault, that's my fault. Circle's edge part with a hill behind it. Should be laying this up. Sit. That's not ideal for the Berg. That's rolled all the way to the bottom of the hill. Par for the Armadillo. The Berg finished up here, which is, I guess, exactly the time you would throw a Berg. I've got to kind of straddle this out. That's fine, I suppose. Unfortunate bogey for the Berg. Let's get on to hole 2. Now, I know I did get the birdie with the Range, but I'm of the opinion that they should change the rule. That if you hit metal off your first, then the birdie is guaranteed. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. This is hole 2, it's a 98 metre par 3. I'm usually throwing a full drive off this one, so it's the longest of the holes I'll play today, but I'll see how they go when I give them a full rip. So Range up first after that birdie. Ooh, that's just turning the whole way. Little bit of finish at the end. That'll work out all right. Dillo next. Should fly the same. Threw that flatter, but it still kept that turn, which keeps it in the air a little bit longer than the Berg normally does with that extra little bit of stability. Berg now. Oh, I yanked that over, but the stability should pull it out of the trees. Yeah, that'll be fine too. I bought my first Berg after, it was either my second or my third round of disc golf. It was quite a windy day, and I was putting at some baskets on hills, and I just kept putting and having the disc glide over the top of the basket and end up further away than I started. So I got back to the car and Googled putter with the least glide, and that's how I ended up with a Berg, and it's been in and out of my bag since. Yeah, I don't currently bag a Berg, but I might after this. I see people throw them a lot and really like how they fly. So this is exactly when you would throw the Berg. Basket's probably 30 meters or so away. Just going to put it up. I need to almost skip it underneath that tree. Now I just throw it underneath, pitch up. There we go, underneath the basket. That'll be a par. Okay, because of that extra turn, got a little bit more distance on the Dillo and the Range. So they've given me that little bit of extra width. So I'll almost be able to have a run at these, because they shouldn't go too far past the basket Dillo first. Yeah, that's what these discs are for. They sit down underneath the basket and don't go too far. All right, let's get this one in. Maybe. No, again, underneath the basket, that should be 3 pars. I'm going to skip the next hole because it's well over 100 meters and that's not what these discs are for. Learnt my lesson on a previous video from throwing the wrong discs on holes. If you want to watch that one, I'll link that up here. This is hole 4, 60 meters downhill. The basket's just past this tree over here. A Berg would be a decent play for this normally. We've got a bit of a headwind, so that might mess with the slightly more understable discs. Same order. All right, range first. Go in, drop, go in. Oh my God. That disc is going really well. That buzzed the basket, and because it's one of these type of discs, it stopped. It's at about 2 meters. So next, Dillo on the same line. Well, that flipped more. That's pushed out wide. I don't know if I threw that differently or if the disc is a bit more flippy, but yeah, that's a long look. Next is the Berg, and it should be a good disc for this hole. Go. Oh, even closer than the range. Don't know why I don't bag these discs. Long look for the Armadillo. I feel like this should putt pretty well. A little bit more stable at low speed than I thought it would be. That kind of, I threw it up like I'd throw a normal putter, and it kind of dived off faster than I thought it would. The range and the Berg parked. Those were pretty acy. Pretty janky turbo, that one. That's fine. I feel like this is another one of those videos where I'm throwing the discs how I throw discs. I've never really had a disc that doesn't feel good in my hand. It's such a personal take. Who likes what discs? Who wants the more overstable discs or the more understable discs or the more neutral discs? But I feel like throwing discs that are similar in shape but slightly different flights, it is actually legitimate to compare them because I'm throwing them all in hopefully a similar way. But yeah, we'll see how it is, and let me know whether you think this is actually legit as a MA1 golfer trying out discs, or if you think I should leave it to the pros. This is Bald Hill hole 6. It's a 68 meter shot, pretty much straight, but you've got sort of a bit of a gap to hit. It's a fun shot. The range after that birdie on the last still has the box. So let's see if we can put this one in. I think it's going to be a decent rip with these discs. Nah. I threw that. I don't know what I did. It'll get a putt, but didn't have a chance of acing. All right. Berg. No, that one's actually quite stable. Like, I don't think I threw that on hyzer, but like it's pin high, but it was just fading almost as soon as it left my hand. All right, Armadillo. See if I can correct on the last shot. That's a better shot. Should be a tap-in birdie. That was a good putt. Take the birdie. All right, Berg. Oh, that came out badly, but the stability meant it was never going in. But I can't blame the disc on that one. It was 100% my putting. And the Dillo with the birdie. So Birdies for the Armadillo and the range. Par for the Berg. Okay, this is hole 7, 66 metre. Basket's just here. I usually throw a turnover putter on this hole, so I think these discs will be perfect for that. A lot of people throw the forehand, but my elbow's not really great with forehands at the moment, so I'll just be demonstrating the backhands instead. So yeah, I think this will be a good one for the range. And the Armadillo, I might have to force the Berg a little bit more, but I think range still has the box. Yeah, that turn was really good there. That, I think it'll be puttable, be in the circle, might have gone a little long. But yeah, Dillo next. Oh, didn't throw that one very well. I'll still have a putt, but it'll be long. Now Berg. I'll have to force this over a bit. We do have a bit of a headwind, but yeah, it'll still need to be forced. No, that's coming out. Yeah. It's the wrong shot with the wrong disc. So far, I'm really liking all the discs. I don't know about the Berg. It sort of goes in and out of my bag, that one. It's got that bit of stability, which I guess if I'd be throwing the Pig or Harp or Toro for that shot. But it is really fun anyway. All right, let's make some putts. This is probably 15 meters or so. And I feel like these are the discs you'd throw from this distance. All right, we'll be tapping. Looking straight into the sun is really good. Nah, I'm just... don't know what I'm doing. I'm just not allowing for that stability. Range actually has the birdie putt here. Berg for the par. That was lazy. Dillo. All right. Yeah, that was a lazy putt. It's not the disc's fault. I'm not quite sure what I set out to achieve here. I think it was just to try out some discs and have some fun. Some of the discs that are just sitting on the shelf, give them a chance to have a fly. This one's 85 meters, so might be a little bit of a challenge to get these discs there, but it's a little downhill. We have a left to right cross, so that might hold the discs in the air for a bit longer. I'll just throw them as hard as I can and see how I go. Okay, that's a putt. Dillo next. Yanked that one over. And the Berg. It is interesting. So people like the Berg because it sort of goes where you tell it, doesn't fly too far and then sits down, and that's what I'm finding with this one. I think that stability means that it's not going to glide too far, whereas the range and the Dillo, because they've got that little bit of flip, they'll actually keep gliding for a bit longer. Like, I threw those discs pretty similarly, and the Berg is about 7 or 8 meters shorter than the range. The range has a part, the Berg, it's a long look, and I threw the Dillo badly. But yeah, that's interesting. I feel like they've got different purposes. It's a similar purpose, which is approach shots, but the range will get that little bit of extra distance, whereas the Berg is just gonna, you throw it and it sits down. I kind of want to do the Berg justice after that terrible putt on the last. Gonna do a stepper here because I'm about 15 meters. Try to get this one in. Nah, never up, never in. Slightly closer with the Dillo. I've got a bit better of a gap for the putt as well. Oh, that's bad. But see, it's a shanky putt. But I think that's another thing these discs are good for, which is sort of long putts where you kind of want to have a run, but you also don't want it to go too far past if you miss. So yeah, both of those where I gave them a run are only 2 or 3 meters away from the basket, so they should be tap in comebackers. Okay, this one's about 7 meters, so should be a makeable putt. Keep it going. I think the range is winning by a bit at this point. I've forgotten what the score is, but just try and make this one. Oh no. And it's rolling. Gave it a chance at least. Cleaned up the par. Alright, no lazy putts with the Berg. 3 pars. For an 85 metre hole, I think that's pretty good with these discs. 2 holes to go. One where I think it's just out of range of these, and another one where it's an ace opportunity. So, yeah, I don't think the score matters. I'm throwing a range better than the other 2 today, but I think on a different day it might be different. But at this stage, the range is going to stay in the bag, and I think the other 2 are going back on the shelf for a while. But yeah, we'll see how the last 2 holes go. Okay, this one's 89 metres, dead straight. Don't think any of them will get there, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, that's about as good as I can throw that. Dillo next. Get over it. No. There's no chance of the Berg. All right, I'll try a forehand with the Berg. So yeah, that's how my forehand game is going at the moment. But it's left us 30-40 metres out, which is Berg range. So we'll try for a highlight throw in. All right, this is somewhere where you would actually throw the Berg in a round. Put it out there, let it hyzer back in. I think that's pretty good. Oh no, just got a wind lift. But yeah, it sat down flat. I had a run at it, and it's still only 3 or 4 metres from the basket, which is pretty good. Do the same with the Armadillo. Nah. I gave that hyzer because I was worried about throwing it too straight and ended up throwing it too hyzer. And once again, the range is in the best position of the 3. I got it out past those trees while it was turning, and it just kept turning and sat down nice and flat. So I've got a sort of circle 2 look. All right, towards the edge of circle 2 we are here. No. Good up, bad putt. Okay, this is a little bit of a tester for the Armadillo. Got a hill behind the basket there. Putting into a bit of a headwind. I was afraid of it. Par for the range and tap in bogey for the Armadillo. Okay, one more hole left where I can give these a bit of an ace run. This is hole 10. It's kind of I think it's 58 metres uphill. Let's have some ace runs to finish this off. Range to begin. Oof, that was really good. Nah, too much hyzer. But decent putt. Dillo to finish. Yanked that one over. Yeah, no aces today. Last disc of the night. Got it. I got one. Axiom Excite. All the way. So, what have we learnt? I think I've learnt that I really like throwing the new range. It went where I wanted. I think I like how that's a bit more neutral than the Berg, because that way I can direct which way it's going to go. The Berg I kind of had to overcome the stability on a few of those shots rather than just having the disc do what I wanted. The Dillo, I just haven't, for some reason it hasn't worked for me. It should be flying pretty similar to the Range, but it just keeps not really working. And yeah, to finish it up, the Range is there, Berg is over there, Dillo up on the hill. I know it wasn't about picking a winner, but I think the Range is the winner today, and it's definitely going in the bag. I feel like it's going to be quite a useful disc. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you got any questions about any of this, and otherwise I'll see you soon. Bye.